10 minutes.
Good. Thank you so much. Hi, Jade. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. So, first off, tell me, how excited are you for hashtag AMFAD, All My Friends Are Dead, to release for the world to see?
I'm beyond stoked and excited. We all put our blood, fake blood, sweat, and tears into this wild, wild horror movie, and we just really loved making it. It was definitely a passion project for all of us. So I'm really excited for the world to get on this wild ride that is AmFad. All my friends are dead.
Yes. Yes, awesome. So, what was it about this film that initially made you want to be involved?
So I never really dove into the horror genre before. I've never done a horror film.
Okay, so this is your first time?
It's my first horror film.
Okay.
Really exciting, and to be able to do that with someone who's such a legend in the industry, Marcus Dunstan. I mean, he's iconic. Um,
Yes.
was really exciting, but also to read a script that it was not something I was able to easily predict what was happening. I thought that I knew where the story was going, and then it completely was turned on its head. And that was a really exciting thing for me as a reader to experience. And so it would be an exciting thing to take on, of like just the amount of twists that this particular project has, and with the character that I play, um, there's a lot of nuance to it, and that was an exciting thing as an actor to just sink my teeth into.
Yeah, for sure. Because you've been known to do like a lot of Nickelodeon and children-oriented projects before. So, with this being your first horror slasher film, what was some of the biggest challenges for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing for me on this was the amount of endurance I think that's needed to be able to stay in this set of like horrific circumstances that's occurring on set, not on set, on like story wise,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
script. It was a lovely time on set, but like mentally to stay in where this character is, was like a very dark place, and then physically what was required on set, with stunts and the fake blood and the crying and the screaming and all of that, day in and day out, was a really fun thing to explore, and to see what I needed to do to be able to make sure that I was on my A game mentally and physically every day.
Yeah.
Um, it was a challenge, but was incredibly gratifying and really fun.
For sure. Yeah. So, and what else did you specifically want to bring to this lead role of Sarah?
So Sarah, again, she's very nuanced,
Yeah.
and all of these characters are harboring secrets.
Hmm.
That's interesting. No one is who you think they are. Sarah's secret is really interesting to me,
Okay.
and the thing that I really wanted to find and discover artistically with her was her why, like the reason why she ends up, um, going on the journey that she goes on in this particular film.
Mhm.
You see her as one thing in the beginning of the story, and then as chaos sort of ensues, and the group starts unraveling, so does she. And you see other sides to her that maybe you wouldn't have expected to see. And for me, it was really important that I found like the through line of like, what drives her emotionally, and like what is the thing that she wants to survive for.
Gotcha.
um, you know
Perfect. And one of your best friends in the film is Colette, played by Jojo Siwa. What was it like working and collaborating with her?
it was incredible. I mean, we came from the Nickelodeon world together, so
Yeah.
she and I have worked together as kids. I think I was like 15 or 16, and she was like 13. And so it was really fun to reunite on a story now as adults, and both of us have lived so much life in between that time period, and we're telling such a different story. And that was just incredible to reunite with her in that way. And it felt like nothing really changed. She's just as passionate and happy and dedicated as she was when we were young.
Awesome.
And so it was really fun. It was a good experience.
Awesome. So, what do you ultimately hope audiences take away from this film?
I think this film is a really great summer film to watch with a group of friends. And if you want to get lost in a horror movie that's fun and has great kills and is gory, but also has a lot of humor and is filled with heart. This is a great film, but it also really explores the damaging sides of social media and what that can do to your friend group and what that can do to yourself. And it's a cautionary tale on where not to go with social media, which I think is something that really everyone in my generation can relate to in one sense or another.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but ultimately, I just want people to go out and watch it and have fun and watch it with a big group of people because that's what it was meant for.
Yeah, for sure. And are there any specifics on why you think this film will appeal to queer audiences?
I think it's hard to say this without a spoiler of any kind, but I
Okay, no,
think
no
that
spoilers, no spoilers.
no spoilers, but I will say that there is so much that happens in this film, and it's crazy and it's chaotic, but the queer love storyline is the thing that roots it.
Okay.
And it's the heart of this story, and the pulse of this story. And so everything can be wild and fun and crazy, and then you have that as like it's the most sincere point of this film, and explains everything as to you know what occurs next.
All right, there you
So I
go.
think yeah.
Awesome. Well, how can one stay up to date with you, Jade?
My social media, Instagram, Jade Pettyjohn _official, and Jade Pettyjohn on the rest of the platforms.
Okay, perfect. Then before we wrap up, do you have any other upcoming projects or anything else you would like to mention or plug at this time?
I just finished working on Ryan Murphy's Monsters, the Eric and Lyle Menendez story, uh,
Nice.
which is super exciting. I play the role of Jamie Pisarcik, which is the girlfriend, fiance of Lyle Menendez, and that was an incredible experience, and I'm really looking forward to people being able to see that later this year.
Awesome. Are you a true crime fan?
I am. I am. I
Awesome.
actually wasn't before filming this the show. Like, I didn't dive into it, and then I dove into it, and now I'm addicted.
Yes. I thought Ryan Murphy did such a great job with the Jeffrey Dahmer story, so I'm very excited to see what he's going to do with this one.
Yeah, yeah.